Hi guys, I'm Unfiltered CC, and first I want to just apologize about not making videos consistently. I have invested in a nice camera, and I think I'm just overthinking it. But today I just want to send a little bit of motivation. Earlier today, I went out to my local community college to speak to about, I'm not sure about how many students, but it was more than one classroom. And before I went to the class, I just took a walk around my local community college, and I almost broke down crying. It took me years back. See, I had a son at the age of 18, so I was a high school dropout, and we know that's like one of your biggest failures, to say you were a high school dropout. But so I had my son at the age of 18, and I just decided, that I was just going to really work really hard and to make as much money as I possibly could, and just focus on other things. One of the things I did, I focused on getting my credit where it needed to be as soon as possible. I worked 3 jobs, and I bought a house at a young age, and I put my son in one of the best private schools in my area where I live at, and I live in North Carolina. So when I went back today and I walked, around the adult high school diploma program, and I was there. I remember being there. I remember being, feeling just so at my lowest, and just feeling broken. Even though I knew who I was inside, I knew I had made a mistake, and I knew I was going to be defined by that. But it really, looking back now, I can use it all as a testimony, to motivate others. But when I was speaking to the students, because from there I got my high school diploma, and then I got a scholarship to go to a community college, and that scholarship gave me extra $500 per semester, and believe it or not, it was a big deal at the time, because it really helped me get through a tough time. But so today, and I always just like to go back and give back and motivate. I volunteer at the literacy place in my area, to give back and encourage and motivate people that are less fortunate, and to know that where I was, and today when I walked into the classroom, once I got to leaving from the adult high school building and going over to the campus, and I saw my head department chair, my old head department chair before I got to USCG, Sandra Gasparini, and I just called her out of the blue. You know what, guys, I believe in developing relationships with people that have believed in me. My life has changed so much dramatically since then. But today I just wanted to talk and say, you know what? Never give up. Never give up. And know that every state you're in that's in a low state, you're in it to be an encouragement to someone else. Use that, once you come out of it. And sometimes even in your process, I think it was Tony Evans that said, even if you're at your lowest point, if you can encourage 1 to 2 people, and that's one thing I've always done, despite no matter what I've been through. I've always been a motivator to others around me, despite of my circumstances. And I used to say, tell myself, I would speak my daily declarations about saying, you know what, you are going to come out of this, you're going to do better with, and you're going to further your education. Right now I thank God because, my son, he's now in college, he's an engineering major. I went on and pursued my education, and I have a job where I love working with children, every day in education. And when I was in the classroom, I talked to students, and I just said, you know what, I remember working 3 jobs, coming in here, sitting in a night class, being in class at night, about to fall asleep. And a lot of times, a professor can look and say, wow, they're lazy, or they're so distracted, they could care less. No, I was working 3 jobs. I was driving, and some of them physical jobs. One of the jobs I had to do was drive a school bus. I had my CDL license. I still have my CDL license to this day, and I haven't used them in a long time, but I still have them to this day. And you go through several things. I work, like I said, several different jobs to get to where I am, and it just encouraged people. I said, you know what, I remember sitting right where you were, falling asleep, barely can make it through the day. I remember I used to pray every night, you know, God, don't let me lose my financial aid. And anytime a D is a goal, you know, you got a lot going on. I look back now and I laugh. I'm like, a D. But you know, when you're being a single parent, you're trying to, you know, put your child before you, you know, being a parent first, and knowing that your education, your needs, your wants, they come on the back burner. For me, being a homeowner was more important, living in a safe environment, making sure my son had the best possible education. And I look back now and I'm like, God, I set the bar really high with what I had, the income that I had, because I had like an income of maybe $20,000. And I know people be like, well, what in the world, how in the world were you able to do all of that with such little amount? And you know, I really learned how to navigate and use my resources. I learned how to save, cut back, do whatever I needed to do to make it happen. And I just want to, you know, encourage you all to never give up. Hopefully I'm not rambling or going too fast. I'm just trying to pace this because my editing skills are nowhere near. I'm like clueless about editing. So I try to like make a good video the best way I can. So I would have to do minimalized editing. So yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, it touched my heart. I was going from classroom to classroom and I was telling them, you know, I know exactly how you feel. It feel like, you know, you're never going to get out of community college. It's going to take you forever to transfer. You have so many things going on. You know, I was a homeowner. I had to, you know, keep my lawn up, replacing repairs. You know, you may need a new hot water heater. You may need a new heating and cooling unit. You know, I had so many people to sow into my life and motivate me and to give back. And that's exactly what I want to do. So I just want to say a couple of things I learned. I learned how to be a good communicator at school. You know, for college success, I learned to, because I was the type of person I really didn't look at, because I was so tired, I didn't really have time to really look at the syllabus and study it. But I've learned to, God, over the years, look at the syllabus, see where it counts. One thing I spoke to the students of the day, I said, look at the syllabus and look at what count the most. If you have quizzes that count 80% and tests that only count, you know, 10%, go hard where it's going to count the most. You know, over communicate with your professors. You know, I text them, I call them, I go to office hours, I do whatever I can from day one. Let them know you're serious about your education. And for me, I wasn't this little 19-year-old, 21-year-old. I was a non-traditional student already in my 20s, and I know that I didn't have a lot of time to waste or mess around. So to over communicate, you know, and to it really helped me to form relationships, and not even so much with my classmates, and that's important too, but more so my administration, you know, my head department chair, my instructors, and things like that. Also, I really tapped into my resources. I really found, you know, what scholarships were available. I really looked at interest rates with, you know, my loans. I try to keep loans to a minimum, but yes, it's kind of hard to get through school without getting any loans. So I just, after I talked to the students today, I had girls come up to me and they said, hey, can I just give you a hug? You know, the first time I walked into the classroom, I wasn't even expecting to go this route, but it's like in each classroom that I went to, I had a different story to tell. You know, not different story to tell, but I told it in a different way. Some things I kind of pulled out and said that I, you know, didn't say in the other classroom when I spoke to them. But I just wanted to say, you know, I know what it's like. God, I know what it's like having 20 million things going on and expecting to reach a high level, to serve at a high level, to perform at a high level academic wise, and while keeping a full-time job. So hopefully, it seems like I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but I just wanted to make this video because I want to be able to look back. This is the beginning of my motivational speaking journey, and yes, I'm an education major, and yes, I'll continue to want to work with kids, but I know that I was called, this is what I was created to do. This is what I was created to do, is to motivate and to encourage others. I just want to say one more thing. Trust your journey. Don't look at anyone else. You know, and I know people hear that all the time. Trust your journey, because only I can reach my audience that I need to reach. And only you can reach your audience that you need to reach. And only your testimonies, I mean, when you're in the valley, when you're in the trenches, it develops character. You learn who you are at your core. It shows you how your strengths, your weaknesses, it mold and make you. Not only that, I think I talked a little bit about haters. Allow haters to push you right to your destiny. Haters only come if you're a winner, if you already have a winning mentality, if you know who you are. Sometimes even if you're not too sure of yourself, you know, greatness. I like to follow, you know, just the greats. I like to follow God, from the greatest motivational speakers like Lisa Nichols and Brendon Burchard, to Instagram and philanthropists like Neo Davis. People like that, you know, they let you know that you can make it, and I look at their testimonies and I'm just so inspired by them. But just know that once you make up in your mind your path, and that you're going to stick to your path, and that you're going to walk out that path into your destiny of greatness, no matter what that is. I watched the Summer Olympics with Gabby Douglas, and I just love, my God, greatest joy is to see anyone in excellence in their element, doing what they were created to do and called to do. So hopefully this video will serve as a motivation and inspiration and help someone today. I have so many things that I want to, a million and one videos that I want to get out. I think, well, last week I had my iPhone in the car because I'm like, I have this really nice camera and I don't really want to take it in the car right now because I kind of want to just be stationary for a while. But I may take my iPhone from time to time and just make a video here or there, or maybe once a week. Anyway, keep your head up, never give up. This is Unfiltered CC, and I will talk to you soon.